I have a confession to make. I am really bad at keeping secrets. Um, I've had friends tell me that if you want anybody to know what your business is, tell Gene, and a lot of people will know it pretty soon, especially if I've had a few beers in me. Um, so I've been teasing this crazy idea of the build, and I wasn't going to reveal it until tomorrow when we go up to the lake. It arrived yesterday, and I teased it a little bit, and we loaded up in my dad's truck yesterday, and we're heading up to the lake. He's got a I'm going into stuff that I probably you don't give a shit about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. We're going to the lake tomorrow in the morning because he's keeping my niece today. So we're getting up in the morning. We're driving to the lake, and we're gonna start the demo. But here's the big reveal, y'all. I am going to live. Let me see if I got a green light here. I don't even know if my microphone's working. If it is working, I just yelled at you. I apologize. Um, yeah, I'm gonna live in a greenhouse for at least the next 2 to 3 years. Now you're saying, "Whoa, that's crazy. That's crazy. What do you mean you're gonna live in a greenhouse?" Well, I looked at many options on the framing, and I was going to, I was going to put a metal carport frame. Then I was going to do this and that, and then I saw this great wood greenhouse framing that came with the greenhouse poly, whatever they are, windows that are actually very thermal and will provide an extra layer of insulation and very sturdy wood framework. Sturdy hill. The son of a gun was heavy. Loading the truck and putting this on the pontoon boat. So yeah, I'm putting a greenhouse frame on a pontoon deck, and I'm going to shore it up with some 2x2s. So I will go over the build. But am I crazy for doing a greenhouse frame and build on a pontoon deck, and then I'll figure out the rest from there? I think with some strategically placed 2x2s and maybe some either plywood or metal roofing or siding in some key places will make this a very strong structure. And we're going to figure out where to attach it to the actual frame of the where the decking goes on to the pontoon structure. And I'm just going to go. The pontoon deck's going to be my deck, and then I'm going through and I'm going to put brackets or something down into the cross beams or whatever where the decking is attached to. And I'll just see where those screws are, and I'll go right beside them because I'll know I'll be going into the frame of the boat. And my dad says, "Well, that's crazy." He goes, "It's a good idea, but it's fucking crazy." I'm like, "Well, most good ideas are fucking crazy. If they're not good ideas." I mean, the Wright brothers, fucking crazy. They did it anyway. So I'm sure somebody else has done it because I'm not smart enough to be the first at anything. But I just, I couldn't keep this secret any longer. I had to make a video today anyway because yesterday I was having so much trouble uploading, and I was trying to chase this scooter down, and kept getting all kinds of backlash from her. I mean, maybe she read my Facebook profile and doesn't like my politics. Who knows? Don't care. She's one of your typical nose ring girls, so there's that. Uh, but hey, I'll give my money to a crazy liberal, even when she's pouring me a cup of coffee or serving me a drink, because that's called transactional situation. We ain't talking about how we feel. I digress. Y'all will probably see some of that pop up in some of my videos, but I mean, hence the hat here. But um, yeah, am I crazy for wanting to live in a greenhouse on top of a boat for at least the next 3 to 5 years, if not beyond? Because I don't know where this is going to take me. I'm going to be on the lake experimenting with the boat and the houseboat situation. And then when I feel comfortable with it, I'm going to trailer it over to the Tennessee River and then just start the river life and then make the Great Loop finally. Uh, people like Breton and all the people, Outlaw Shanny, all you guys. Yeah, I've been following y'all, and I'm moving the console up to be like a pilot house. I'm gonna build a little pilot house around it, so my main cabin won't even have the console in it. Uh, yeah, me and Dad went back and forth today. He's like, "What are you gonna do about driving from the with inside that cabin?" I'm like, "I'm not driving inside the cabin, the greenhouse. I'm moving it to the front of the boat where I can see where the hell I'm going, and I'm gonna put a backup camera on the back of the cabin so I can see behind me without having to look through the windows." So yeah, I've got this all figured. I mean, obviously I don't have it all figured out. I've got my neighbor staring at me, thinking I'm crazy talking, but I'll move over this way. She's back there smoking a cigarette. But yeah, it's I wanted to keep the secret a couple more days, but I'm just, man. Sorry about the sun. I'm just intensely excited about this whole adventure and getting started. And tomorrow, the real deal Shaquille, as Shaq would say, starts tomorrow. And I take you inside because I just bought a mini fridge. Let me take you inside the house for a second. I just bought a mini fridge. I've got a porta potty came in yesterday. I'm about to go get some propane tanks to test out the generator I got. Coming back inside the house, and it's a mess in here, but that's another story. Uh, Another story is getting rid of all my crap. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I just bought. I'm gonna show it's behind me. Yeah, instead of buying one of those, I mean, I know there's one of Britain, the Beagle Barge. One of his sponsors is the Ice Co or whatever. But those coolers look like a freaking glorified Yeti. This thing, it's a dorm fridge. It has a freezer. Oh, there's my vodka. Y'all don't need to see that. But yeah, I got it yesterday off this kid. He was a nice kid. I say kid. He's in his mid-20s. He's a kid to me. He's younger than my son, so that means a kid. But yeah, there's the fridge that barely works. There's the fridge that I just bought for $70. It works a lot better than this piece of crap that's in my house. Um, yeah, I say he's a kid. He's younger than my son, so he's a kid. Um, but yeah, this is perfect. Let me look at this thing. Look at that, perfect size, and I can even use this as my cooktop for my Coleman little Coleman camper burner, and I'll have to buy another table for my toaster oven. But who cares? 90% of my time is going to be spent out on the front deck or in the boat. I got a nice little fishing boat. Well, at least for the lake. I'll have to get something else because Dad's giving me his fishing boat, small fishing boat, because he never uses it. That's going to be my dinghy. It's a little big. It's a 14-footer, and we'll show some of that. But starting tomorrow afternoon, that'll be Saturday. I got the dates wrong a couple of videos ago about the dates. Tomorrow is the 18th. Today's the 17th. I said 17th earlier, but tomorrow's the 18th. We're going to take the building materials up there for the side, and we're going to take down the rails and the top canopy and haul that off to the dump. We're going to put the boat in the water, and it's an Evinrude E-Tech or D-Tech. I think it's called an E-Tech, 60 horsepower. And for some reason, the guy I bought it from winterized it in the middle of, at the first week of July. He says, I didn't know when you were going to put it on the water. Oh, well, whatever. So I've got to do a de-winterization burn on it. And nice dude. His name's Dale. He's from St. Louis. I mean, I think he's from up north, but he lives in St. Louis now. So he sent me a video on how to, and all you got to do is crank it with the choke wide open, and then you have to turn it off and cut it back, and then you have to run it for like I think 30 minutes or so. So we're going to take the railings and the top off the boat. I'm going to put it in the water tomorrow. We're going to do that cycle, and I'll document all that, and then we're probably going to build the boat at the boat dock, because it's going to be a lot easier than trying to put all that heavy material and stuff up on a trailer. So I think we'll be better off because we're not running anything below the boat. We're not redoing the decking or anything like that. We're attaching it to the top of the decking. And when I redo the console, I'm going to run the control cables and lines along the side of the boat instead of underneath the decking. And my dad's like, "Why you want to do that?" I said, putting it under the decking is just aesthetics. I don't give a. Sorry, I've dropped a few too many f bombs already. I don't care that people see my control cables going down the side. And I said, I'll put some kind of little covering. I mean, no, the freaking cicadas are out again this year. It's like 4 years in a row now. Um, sorry, I'm easily distracted. But yeah, so y'all, you will see all that in the next few days. And I just wanted to, like I said, I can't keep a secret. I'm going to be living in a greenhouse, on a boat, on a lake, and then in the rivers, and then doing the big loop, the Great Loop, in a 24-foot greenhouse, floating greenhouse. Well, that's actually 10 feet, but the boat's 24 feet. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be fun. And we'll document it together. And, you know, I didn't bring in God and Jesus into this video as much, but this is part of God's plan and the path Jesus has given me. And spending every last dime I have and just figuring it out from there. It's crazy. I'm not scared. I'm excited. I mean, I've never had this much energy. I mean, I haven't had this much energy for a long time. Just excited about life and things, and it feels good. And I want everyone, no matter where they are in life, I want them to feel this way too. It's just being excited what you're doing, whether you have a shitload of money or you don't have a dime to your name. And I'll mention God one more time. God has a purpose for you if you just listen to what He's telling you. You just got to open. You got to open your hearts and open your ears and open your mind. It's there. And I keep coming in and out of shadows. I'm sorry. But yeah, just remember, keep on keeping on, baby.